Morning everyone, we're on our 10th day of the trip so far and it's our last morning in Exmouth, so all the cars are packed back up, neat and tidy. We did a bit of a reset last night, pulled everything out, packed it away back in its homes, refilled the water tanks in Kieran's car and with the water bladder in my car, and now we're just going to check out, grab some fuel and head south. First stop today is Coral Bay. Specifically, we're going to go north Coral Bay to the Lagoon, which is a snorkeling site, and then we'll come down and we'll go to Oyster Bridge. We want to get to Oyster Bridge about lunchtime. We can park the cars up on the beach, show the awnings out, do a bit of relaxing like we did yesterday. And then from there, we've got the big push south, Carnarvon, get more food, get more fuel, and then down to Gladston Jetty where we want to camp tonight. That gives us the best position to go out to Steep Point tomorrow. So look, I think Kieran and Eva are ready over there. We're ready. Let's jump in, get out of here. After the short 135 kilometre drive down from Exmouth to Coral Bay, it was time to air down and hit the tracks again. Oh, we've just finished airing down, hitting the coastal access road north from Coral Bay, heading up towards Oyster Bridge and the Lagoon. Gone 15 front, 18 back. Seemed to work pretty good yesterday, and the beaches here can get a little bit soft, so hopefully that sees us in good stead. Kieran's just finishing up. I think he let one of his tyres down too much, so he's going to put a bit more air back in. And yeah, we're on the road, on the tracks. Ew. It was at this point I decided it was time for low range. Given how heavy the 200 is, and we were still fairly remote, I felt it was safer to get into low range early and take it easy on the car and tracks. One of the more important things to note if you're planning on visiting Coral Bay is you can't drive on the beaches between October and April. This is due to turtle nesting, which is why we had to take the inland track in through the dunes. we've arrived at the Lagoon now. So it gets that name by the rocky finger that comes out and extends across, and it's all coral and weed and awesome snorkeling in here. So we're just getting some snorkeling gear ready, put some sunscreen on, and I look forward to hitting the water. Should be really cool. It is a Sunday though, and there are a few other people around, so we don't quite have the peace and quiet and sort of space to ourselves like we did yesterday, but that's all right. They're down there in a big group. They'll keep to themselves. We'll go over this way, keep to ourselves, and it'll still be relaxing.
Having done a couple trips to Coral Bay, I can tell you that the water conditions are always changing. The last time I was here, the lagoon had barely any weeds in it, so it pays to have a chat to the locals in town and find out what conditions are like at all the best snorkeling sites.
That was a stunning snorkel. Not as great as Exmouth. There's not probably as much coral here. There's more weed. But there's a rock bar that runs just out there. And I could dive down, look underneath into the caves, and there was just stacks of fish. Pretty sure I saw some coral trout, some emperors. So yeah, it was a nice bit of variety from where we were at Exmouth. The plan now is to just around the other side of the headland here. There's a couple forward drive sandy tracks. The plan's to get across to there to another area similar to here, but it's called Oyster Bridge. The rocks run parallel to mainland for a lot longer. There's obviously oysters on them, and the water behind there is very protected, and it's just lovely to spend a bit of time and relax in. So hopefully it's not too busy, but it's a Sunday and this is pretty busy, so we might find it's pretty busy at Oyster Bridge as well. Anyway, pack up, hit the tracks.
Because I had to run back to get my camera, I let Kieran go ahead of me for a bit and find the next good spot to film. He found a nice one, but he parked himself on the soft side of the track to let me past, and when he tried to get back on, had some temporary movement issues. In other words, he was bogged. It was our first bogging for the trip. Fortunately, it was a simple one. We used Kieran's carbon winch, we anchored it to the back of the 200, Put a dampener over the line, Bob's your uncle, out he came with minimal effort.
I was actually going to do a full U-bolt and come back out. You dampener bag to hand, or you want me to grab mine?
Oh yeah, I've got one handy.
Something to note here quickly, if you're using your vehicle as an anchor like we are in this case, and it's an automatic, never ever leave it in park whilst the person winches off you. The car can get pulled towards them and can easily damage the parking pin in the transmission. What you should do is put the transmission in neutral and keep someone in the driver's seat with their foot on the brake. The same would go if you're winching someone else out of trouble. Make sure you select neutral, use your foot brake to hold your position. With that all sorted, we only had a couple dunes left to cross before we arrived at Oyster Bridge. And let me just say, the view as you drive in is absolutely amazing. You really need to see it in person to appreciate it fully. Here at Oyster Bridge now, and it's high tide, so the water's just coming over the rock wall. So you can see it extending out the back there. I was talking to a lot of people on the beach here, and they've come up here for school holidays. It's still a week before school holidays, so it's pretty busy, like all the kids and stuff. But in along here, along Oyster Bridge and the Lagoon, if you got young kids or even middle-aged kids, you want something nice to snorkel and spot fish and stuff, just awesome. You can't beat it. It's awesome. And that watercolour looks really inviting as well. Our time at Oyster Bridge here has been thoroughly delightful. We just climbed out of the water, been just relaxing and enjoying the view and taking it all in before our drive south. So look, I think it's time for a bit of lunch. I don't know what's in the fridge. We are resupplying in Carnarvon this afternoon, so hopefully we can go and put something together quick, because I'm getting a bit hungry. It's been a busy morning, big day, and it's not over yet. Still got a long way to go.
Well, lunch today, I've got another bread roll. I like having the bread, it's a bit of carbohydrates, fills you up a bit, gives you some energy. But going away from the salad, I don't know how good it is. I'm going to have roast beef and cheese, just plain and simple. Quick and easy. We've got about half an hour left on the beach before we got to hit the road. That's our last time to make Carnarvon in time to hit the shops. Oh, all done. Put the goods away and enjoy some lunch. Do you want any of these? Did you want any of these?
After an awesome swim and some tasty lunch, our time at Oyster Bridge was up. It was time to hit the road again, continue heading south.
Well, it's time to air the tyres up again, so up, down, up, down, up, down. But it saves you that embarrassing moment getting stuck on the beach and you're too lazy to let your tyres down. Wouldn't have wanted to happen at Oyster Bridge because it would have been very embarrassing with about 10 plus cars on the beach. That was all good. Anyway, I've probably said it before, talked about it in my tyre deflator video, but invest in quality gear and use it, and it makes your life a lot easier all the time. All done, back up to highway pressures. We've got 200 k's, a bit over to Carnarvon, and then from Carnarvon another 150 k's south down to Gladston Jetty. We're going to camp at Gladston Jetty tonight because it allows us to be nice and close to get into Shark Bay or out to Steep Point tomorrow. So anyway, we're going to go and have to bank a few kilometres today. bank a few this afternoon. We've had our relaxing and our enjoyment. Time to get down to business.
We knuckled down for the next 200 odd kilometres, and I'm glad we did, because if we hadn't made it to Carnarvon to resupply, the whole trip would have been delayed by a day.
Crossed over the Gascoyne River. We're on our way into Carnarvon now. We've made pretty good time. We wanted to get here about 5 o'clock-ish. The Woolies shuts at 6, so the plan is to get in and grab some groceries before we head out to Shark Bay. We're actually running an hour ahead of time, which is good. It means we won't get to Camp Baz Lake tonight. So yeah, we're heading for the Woolies. We need to grab groceries, some more drinks, and some fuel for the car because it's running a bit low. And then from here, we will continue heading south about another hour and a bit to a spot called Gladston Jetty, and that's where we'll camp for the night.
We brought all our meat with us from home, which we'd vacuum sealed and froze. So our resupply at the shops were mainly just grabbing fresh fruit, veggies and salad, plus some bread and snacks. And in Carnarvon we grabbed some more drinks too, as the beer and water rations were starting to run a little low. After resupplying, it was time to hit the road again, and with the sun setting over my shoulder, I knew we'd be getting to camp in the dark tonight.
We're continuing south, and just stopped to visit the little boys' room, go over the car, make sure the lights and everything are working properly. As you can see, the sun's gone down now. Beautiful colours, just got that pink glow on the horizon, and we've probably still got about an hour to go to camp. So we've seen a lot of goats and eagles on the side of the road. I just wanted to stop, make sure the lights are all working, stretch my legs, have a little fatigue management break. So that was the message involved there, guys. If you're going to go day into night, make sure your gear's working and make sure you manage your fatigue. So yeah, look, good little leg stretch. Probably grab a cold bottle of water or a Coke and then keep on going to camp.
I was looking right at it when it turned on.
Our big day is complete, leaving Exmouth, checking out Coral Bay and getting down to Gladstone. We actually made pretty good time. We managed to save a bit of time getting through the shops in Carnarvon, and we got out of Carnarvon about the time that we wanted to arrive there, so we were probably a half an hour and an hour in front of schedule, which is good. I'm very, very happy with how this setup's going with the new hardshell rooftop tent. This is obviously the same awning I've had for the whole time. I've wrapped with it, that's why I haven't replaced it. It's just so quick and easy to set up and pack up. It has honestly made this trip a lot easier for us. Carrying all the camera gear takes up probably about a third of the back seat space in the car, and then I have a freezer, and then I've got a chemical toilet as well, plus drinks, snacks, clothes, all of that in the back seat. So not having bedding, your sleeping bags, pillows, blankets, because that's all in the rooftop tent. Not having that in the back seat just gave us so much more space. I've been able to grab camera gear whenever I needed it to get shots. It's been super convenient, and it's the mattress, everything's comfortable. The rooftop tent has been a game changer. Kitchen's in full swing here. I don't rate my chance on getting the cold one out of the fridge. Fortunately, I've been keeping a secret supply in the car in the freezer. I'll come and give you a hand in a sec, eh? Oh, I've done that. I beat you to it.
Uh-huh.
Nice and simple. Butter chicken, mix the rice in, heat it all up together. We'll have a yummy dinner, yummy warm dinner in about 5-10 minutes tops.
Probably only another 2 minutes, really.
Well, dinner's done. Very yummy. If you're interested in how we pre-made all our meals and why we vacuum sealed them and pre-froze them, what was it, 3 weeks ago at home? Let us know in the comments below. I did do a bit of filming, so I might put together a trip preparation video. So talking about planning the trips, using Google Earth to map them, maybe run like a timeline. So where we started planning the trip 6, 9, 12 months ago, where we were just brainstorming, to plotting the routes, to working out camping spots, to working out, or right down into working out menus and everything. So if you're interested in something like that, let us know and I'll knock something up.
Just doing a bit of resetting after our shopping in Carnarvon, eh, Kieran?
Yeah, that, and I thought I'd brought a spare end for the water tank hose, but I decided obviously not to, because I thought it's really not necessary. It's a hose. What could possibly go wrong with it?
Oh yeah, very
So
cool.
the hose is fine. The tap has, at some point, rattled loose.
Had a
So,
malfunction.
yes, one of the roads we went on, the screw decided to part ways from the handle. So, hoping that the pipe clamp hose looked roughly the same size screw. So we'll see if that works.
Okay. Otherwise, hold 5. I might actually have a tap in the car somewhere.
Oh, we'll see how we go.
And what's for dinner tonight over here?
We are having chicken halloumi wraps with spinach and cheese.
Well, it's far, far healthier than what Jess and I had for dinner.
What did you go for?
That's the bonus of cooking fresh.
Yes, pre-cooked chicken curry that we cooked at home. So, oh, that looks delicious. We'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
You've probably heard me say it before. When you go out on trips like this, it's always worthwhile just throwing in random things. So, I don't know how long I've had this tap sculling around the car for. Probably looked at it before the trip and went, I'm never going to use that, I should bin it, but I kept it. And it's the exact tap we need for Kieran, so his lucky day. And you know, who would carry thread tape in their car? I mean, I carry thread tape in my car because when we go to caravan parks and stuff, when you screw your hose on to refill your water bladder and whatnot, it doesn't always seal up well and get all that water squirting out. So I carry a bit of thread tape for stuff like that. So now we're about to put it all back together and get Kieran 100% operational again.
The irony is, I actually have 2 of those taps because I bought 2 hose kits. When I bought the pump set, it came with one. I thought, I chucked it in the tool bag and I went, why am I bringing another hose? Like another, I really don't need, if I need anything need to change, I'll need to change the hose because we get kinked or cut. And didn't anticipate the tap falling apart. As you said, I expected it to be Loctited in place. So,
yeah. Oh, good to go. Back in one piece. Put it back in Kieran's car for him to install. Oh, now that I've finished fixing Kieran's tap, all the jobs are done. Can sit down, relax, watch the stars, and we'll see you in the morning for day 11. Day 11 tomorrow.
day 10 and have an extra day. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'll have an extra day. The stars at Gladston Jetty put on a stunning display. It was easily the best display of the whole trip. It's probably also a good time to wrap up episode 7. So come along and join us for episode 8 as we head out to Steep Point and explore the rugged Zydorp cliffs. Remember, if you're enjoying Rocks to Reefs, find that subscribe button and hit it. Also hit that like button and drop us a comment. Tell us what you like so we can continue making the trips and episodes better for you all. Anyway, happy safe adventuring. See you next time.